Welcome to the class for MySQL, and this class will be carried out in two sections. In first section we are going to see about important aspects about MySQL, and then DML and DDL part of this MySQL, as well as MySQL linked to HTML and then table form conversion. So these are the things which we are going to discuss in the first section of MySQL. So now we will see about MySQL. The MySQL is nothing but a software which is prepared for the purpose of RDBMS, that is Relational Database Management System, and it is actually written for structured query language accessing of databases. And this MySQL contains several structured query languages which are classified into DML, TCL, DDL and DCL. For example, data manipulation language is known as DML, and then it is going to contain syntaxes used to analyze a database, and then there is a transaction control language, like that it goes. And then, as we discussed before, to run MySQL we need a server, and here Apache server is available for that purpose, and we are also having a PHP scripting language, and the Perl reporting language is also available along with this XAMPP, and it is installed in C drive. As usual, we used for PHP. Here also we are going to use the browser to run this MySQL file. And here to run this MySQL file, first we have to configure MySQL databases by your host and by your username and your password and your default database name. So for that we will use a file known as config file, so which is used to configure the MySQL databases. And then after configuring a MySQL databases, we can carry out different analysis of this MySQL databases. And then above this introduction we will see about the DML file, that is data manipulation languages of SQL. And this syntax or the commands are used to select or insert or delete or update data in a database. So for this purpose only this data manipulation language is used. And here you can see example file to insert data to a databases. And here again you will see first we have to configure the databases, and then we have to open a database, and then after opening the database we have to do the inserting options. So if you want to insert any data to a database, you should know the fields of the databases. So then only you can easily insert the data into a database. So by using this syntax, you can insert data. Here we are going to insert 4 data are given to be inserted in a particular databases. Like here we are going to insert these values in the table SS and database SSK. So this is what the file says about it, and this is how we can insert data to the MySQL database. Then the third option is DDL, that is data definition language, and this language is going to contain a syntax to create or drop or alter a database or a table in a particular database. So again here you can see the file is going to consist of config.ph part and open database part. In addition to that, there is a part which is known as select database part, and then we are going to create a table by using this statement. And here we defined different fields for the table, like register number, name, class, subject, mark. We are going to define a table for a student's mark list, and then we should say assign one of this parameter as a primary key, so that we can link this table to another table by using this primary key. So this table containing primary key of register number, and then after creating a table in the database, we can close the database using this option. So now we saw three files here. One is MySQL general detection, and then YAML file, and then TDL file. Now we are going to see about the file which is used to link the MySQL and HTML. That is to get information from the user and to deposit in a database. So for this, as usual, we will use an HTML file format, and this is going to link HTML, PHP and SQL. That is, we are going to get information through this HTML, and that informations are transferred to SQL through this PHP file. So that is how this file is going to link HTML, PHP and SQL. See here, we are going to get informations of about register number, name, class, subject and mark, and then these values are inserted into the table of SS. So for this we need a form. Okay, through this HTML file we create a form, and with this form we are going to insert the values to the table SS by using the PHP script. So here the codes available for this particular file or table form are linking the HTML, MySQL through PHP. And then the final part of this section is table form. So the table form is that we inserted data to a MySQL database, and after inserting the data to a MySQL database we have to get information from the MySQL database. For that we need a code, and this is the code which will convert the data which is available in the table in a tabular form, that is user friendly form. So for that purpose this coding is actually used. And here also you can see we are going to get information from the table by using the SQL query syntax. Select data from the table. After getting the values, we are placing the values from the table by using PHP command like echo command, and then for the display we are using the HTML command. So again, for creating a table form also we are using MySQL command and then a PHP and then HTML. By using this we are converting the information which is present in the MySQL database into a table form. So this is what the table form file here indicates. So now we saw the different formats of files with respect to MySQL. Now we are going to run the file and see the output, what happens one by one regularly. Okay, first we will configure the database. As I told, we have to run the config file to configure the database. Okay, we already configured, and you can see the config file in this htdoc folder. You can see the file by using the notepad, and this is what we already see. So here we actually installed the MySQL without a password. So again I configured the MySQL database without the password. So we configured the database. After configuring the database, we have to run the open database. So we have to create and we have to open the particular database. For that also we have a code. Here you can see this is again contains the informations about the databases, and here this is the command which is usually used to open the databases. So this is how the database is actually opened. Then so to open the database we have to run a file known as open PHP, open database. So now you can see the database MySQL is opened. So after this we have to create a database known as SSK. We are going to create a database SSK by using this create a database file. You can see in this file we define the name of the database what we are going to create by using this file. So create database SSK is the SQL query which is going to create a database known as SSK. Okay, and then we get whether the database is created or not from this variable value of SQuery. Okay, so this is how we are going to get the output as database SK is created. Instead of this SSK, even you can type S3 here. So now we are going to run this create database file. So now see here, the database connected and database MySQL is open and database SSK created and then database MySQL is closed. So this is how the codes are available for this particular databases. Now we will run the table creation file. So now the database is created. Next we have to create a table. So for that there is a coding is known as create table coding, which is used to create a table. See this, we are going to create table SS with the register number, name, class, subject, mark, and then the primary key is a register number. Then again after this we will get a message of table SS created and then we are closing the database. So now we are going to run this particular create table PHP file. Now you will get the line extra, that is table SS is created. Now the table is created. So after creating a table we have to insert the data to the table. So you can insert line by line, that is one by one, or you can create insert data in one stretch. So now we are interested to insert the data. 4 data is actually inserted into this table as informations like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 data are going to be inserted in this table by using this command. And as usual, first we are going to select a database and then we are going to insert, and then we will get the output as here, that is the data are inserted. So this is the command which is used to insert information to the database. If it is a MySQL command line prompt is used, and this statement alone is enough to run the insert option. Since it is going to be a graphical user interface, we use these type of codings. Otherwise, if it is a command line MySQL, you can simply use this command to run the insert. Okay, so now we are going to run this insert. So this file is going to insert the information to the database SSK and table SS. Okay, remember. Okay, now we are going to insert. So we are going to run this PHP file. So now you can see the informations are inserted. But we may have a doubt whether the informations are inserted or not. To get clarification that, we have to run a select program, and this you can see we are creating the data from table SS, and from this table we are getting all the informations regarding the register number, name, class, subject, and then we are printing it one by one using this command. Okay, then we are closing the database. So now we will run this select database file. Okay, we are going to run this select, and this now you will see all the 5 data are getting as an output of this MySQL. See here, register number 1 and the other details, register number 2, 3, 4 and 5 we are getting as an output. So this is how we are getting the output from the database. So now we created a table, a database, and we are inserting the database and we retrieve the information. And we can also do this the other options like other functions like the rollback and the grant options, and the other things can be explained in the other section of this program. Now we will see only that 2 other files, that is, you can say this how to link this HTML and MySQL. So we will see that option now. So for that we will see one file that is used for you can say here there is a PHP file which is used, and here it is a test file for so this is the file which is going to link HTML, PHP and SQL. So here you can see the configuration file and open database concept. Then we are going to see here there is a form which is going to collect information from the user, and after getting that information, the informations are added by using this insert command to this table. So now we are going to run this test post.php file. So now we are getting the data. So we already have 5 data are inserted. So we are inserting the 6th data as everybody's are in a 7MSc class. So we are going to add the 7MSc, and then subject you can say any subject, for example physiology, and then we will give a mark. So now we are going to click the submit button. So it's going to now add this value, the CC Ravi value is added to the database. Whether it is added or not, if you want to check, you have to run the, you can run the select program. See now the 6th one is added. Already this 5 is there and now it is 6 is added. So this is how you can link HTML, PHP and MySQL. You can store data by using HTML. Then the final part of this section is that table form conversion. So you can see a PHP file for this table form. See, this is what. So they will get information from the select command, and then using the HTML format, all these values are placed in the tabular form. Okay. So for this we have to run this table form file. So now we get all the 6 data. Okay, it is available in the table format. So this is how we are getting the table format through this MySQL. So with this first section of this MySQL is complete. Thank you.